Hello friends, and welcome one more time to Medicina Esterum. Today we're going to be talking about the transition between the summer and the autumn and how to commune with the spirits of autumn. Hi friends! Well, I haven't been doing this in a while. I haven't vlogged for this channel in a while. And I sort of felt like I wanted to do an update on how my processes are going, how this spiritual practice that includes my YouTube channel is going. It's been, I think it's because of the summer. It's been a hectic summer. It's been weird summer too. I've been busy and I've been sort of riding the wave at the top. And this is exactly what I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to talk about the transition from summer to autumn, which I think is an interesting one. I think it's a very felt one, you know, because it's not the same passing from winter to spring, sort of starting to stretch and wake up and coming back into action. I think it's a lot more hopeful. Now, this movement is exactly the opposite. This movement is, again, coming from what I was saying, riding the wave, to slowly decreasing the energy and entering the beginning of what the Celts called the dark half of the year. I wanted to talk about this transition today because something funny happened to me the other day. Suddenly it was the summer. It was about 20 some degrees in here. In Northern Ireland it's like 22 degrees, sometimes a little more, 24, 25. And it was all good. And suddenly I didn't go out to my daily walks and to my greenway and everything where I visit my plants and my path. I didn't go for like a week. And in that week, the mood shifted. Now we are around around the 18 degrees. Today is 17. It's still not cold, but it's colder because the wind had changed. I took my walk and I could feel that autumn wind, the sort of fresh air, and it has been raining and like really heavy raining outside for like a week. Like that week that I didn't go outside was also not just because I was busy, but also because it was raining outside constantly, like a lot of storms and thunderstorms. And that's what brought the change. So the change in the air. I went out this day when it was kind of sunny and it wasn't cloudy. So the sun was there. It was about after 6. So it was so sort of the sundown, sort of the sunset kind of time. So there was this autumny feeling of wet ground. Everything was wet, but at the same time the air was kind of crisp and there was this sort of sunset sun. So the vibe was so autumny and the plants sort of kind of started telling me that the season had changed, even though they're still green. But you can really tell in the air that there's a change. So I started thinking, and I am like probably maybe most of you, I'm feeling like I want to stay on that high wave of the summer and I don't want the cold, shorter, darker days to come. And it made me reflect about how addicted we are to one aspect of the year, and therefore one aspect of our personalities, which is the solar aspect. In the astrological chart, it will be the ascendant or even the sun. But there are other sides to us, there are other parts to the year, and there are other teachings, and there are other sides of us and parts of us that are not our charade, let's say the mask and the personality, which is the ascendant, the personality that we put to the outside. to rejoice in, and something to learn, and something to balance each other in all of the stages of the year and in all of the aspects of ourselves. But we're in this society nowadays, we're so addicted to the summer, we're so addicted to the plenitude, we're so addicted to the fruits, because the word fruits, or it has the same root as in Spanish disfrute, which is enjoyment and sort of pleasure, and we are so prone to be enjoying ourselves all the time. And I'm not saying that we don't have to enjoy ourselves, but there's a time for everything. So the summer is a moment of a lot of vigor and a lot of energy and a lot of outgoingness and being about and sort of being active and putting the body, because there's a lot of energy, there's sun, there's better weather. So all the conditions outside sort of support the conditions inside. And then when the autumn starts coming, sort of the energy starts to slowly decrease and we start to sort of fade, just like the weather does. Now, it's impossible, we are very addicted to that high energy of the summer, to stay and hold on to the summer, to hold on to this part of us that we can show to others, right? We always want to have something to give. We always want to have new content. We always have to have the best things to say. We always have to have something. We have to be hustling and we have to be working and we have to be top notch and top speed so we can show that we are worthy, so we can show our fruits, which is what happens in the summer. We want to show our worth. Look, I can give fruits. These are the fruits I can give. But we forget that to be able to actually give those fruits, we have to cultivate an entire plant from seed to fruit inside of us. So the fruit is the culmination, it's the last step, but how many other steps are we forgetting in the process? And we are forgetting the process, which is walking through it and is taking care of that little seed. So today I wanted to talk about this transition, and I wanted to talk about the autumn and how we can use the energy of the autumn in our favor, instead of feeling like we're fading, instead of feeling that the fruits that we collected in the summer now are gone and I have to, you know, all the efforts and all that I built and everything that I was and everything that I was able to do, now I can't do it anymore. So instead of that, why don't we concentrate that the autumn in the Northern Hemisphere is also the new beginning of the year. It's a new beginning. It's not an ending of what happened in the summer. It's a new beginning. Or it is an ending and a new beginning at the same time. So this autumn energy that I want to talk to you about today is an energy of planting the seeds. So what happens in nature in the autumn? The fruits that are not collected or eaten fall to the ground, and the seeds inside of the fruits are laid upon the ground and will get buried and will get covered by compost, which is all the leaves and all the rotten fruits, and all of that is going to be a compost. So why in this time of the autumn not starting to be conscious about the seeds that we're going to place in the ground, that we're going to have to really hide deep inside so that they grow roots during the winter? Imagine all the time that this lovely plant that we want to cultivate spends under the ground. And this is what we're doing during the winter and the autumn and the winter. We are going underground, but not because we're dead and buried like a corpse, but because we want to grow roots, to have a strong foundation for whatever enterprise we want to see grow in the spring and the summer. So this transition is all about that. It's about, first of all, there's a moment, but that is the summer itself, and I reflected about it this past summer. There's a moment in the summer where we just have to stop and contemplate what we've done and be happy and thankful for what we've done so far. This is what I've done with my energy. Is it huge? Is it small? It doesn't matter. This is what I did with my energy. And I need to be conscious to have at least one day that I can remember when I put my feet up and said, no more jobs. That's it. That's my summer now. So I'm going to enjoy the fruits and the rewards that I'm reaping. That's sort of like the summit of the summer. Is everything is done. I don't have any more jobs to do. Everything is done. So now, when the autumn starts approaching, we have some time. Think about this free time that you have now, from the relaxation of the summer where you've done all the work, to now starting to reflect on what seeds you want to put on the ground to bury during the winter for what you want to see growing. Seeds, I also talk about seeds of thoughts. So what are the seeds that I'm going to plant in the most deep state of my mind, so that these are the things that I can cultivate? So in the autumn, I want to propose you activities where you can, for example, journaling, where you can write down what seeds specifically you want to lay on the ground. And then practice meditation. During the autumn and during the winter, it's going to be your time to meditate on these things, meditate on these seeds, reminding yourself of what you're looking for. So like abundance, positive thoughts, positive thinking. So you meditate on that, sort of to imprint it in the deepest earth of your thoughts, of your mind, body. And after you meditate it, you will have all that time to practice an error. This means I planted a seed. I need to take care of it. So every time that the opposite thought comes, so if I'm planting abundance, every time that scarcity appears in a thought, in a word, or in an action, then I have time to recalculate and go back and go like, oh my God, I've acted out of scarcity and I'm trying to plant this seed of abundance. So go back, meditate on the seed again, and next time try to do an action that is abundant. So my proposal for this transition is to take the autumn as a time to not do jobs. So we're not trying to be like in the summer, accomplishing things, opening businesses, buying properties. It's not like accomplishing things and accumulating things. It's more about the beginning. It is really the beginning of the year, and it's the beginning of the new cycle. So in the autumn, it's just the beginning. So you just need to plant the seeds. Don't worry about the results. Don't worry about anything else. Just worry about what you're really doing internally, because the autumn is also a time to start drawing your attention inwards and start to look at your patterns, to start look at the things that you need to review. So you can do 2 lists. You can do one list that is the seeds that you want to plant in your thoughts, and then you can do another list that is the one of the things that you want to get rid of. So cleanse your soil, cleanse that earth, and depurate it from the things that you no longer want. This depuration can be also physical, so it's a good time to start drinking herbs that are good for you. Always ask for advice from a professional and a herbalist. And you want to drink herbs that will depurate areas of your body. If you can consult a specialist, you can even ask what relationships the things that you want to get rid of could have with different organs. Like, for example, if you want to get rid of rage, then it could be a good idea to cleanse your liver, because the liver is where the emotions of anger and rage accumulate. So if you're trying to get rid of those things, then You can drink some herbs that help cleanse the liver. So if you can do this psychological cleanse from meditating and from trying to expose these thoughts from your life, and from a physical point of view by doing a detox and an autumn cleanse, this will reinforce all your systems. As always, I recommend doing a lot of oracle to see how you're doing, to check on your process, to go, am I going right? No. Am I going right? Yes. And things like that. And do a lot of meditation to assess. Really, it doesn't matter if you are concentrating in your goals in that meditation. If it's even a moment of silence, it's irreplaceable. All the space and all the healing that silence can do, again, it's something you cultivate. That could be another seed that you want to cultivate, you know, more silence in my life, more quiet, more bliss. So yeah, my idea was to share with you how this transition feels. If you have any questions or any comments about how you're feeling in this transition and what would you like to see or what would you like to do, then you can leave it underneath in the comments, and you can always contact me on my social media, which is alchemy.herbarium. That is the name of my Instagram. Or you can also visit my website, www.medicinaisidaren.com, and in there you can find different courses that you can start learning how to be a herbalist, how to make herbal medicines, how to make your own cosmetic products without any additionals, any chemicals, and with all these tools you can start doing this cleanse and cultivating the things that are important for you in this season. It's just starting, so I hope you're receiving it with more open arms now after hearing about this. Don't get obsessed with just one facet of your personality. There is all the potential is in this time of the year. All the potential is in the autumn, because that is where you use everything that you've got and all your efforts to direct the energy. So you're planting the energy and you're going to make the efforts to sustain, to nurture that energy that you want to see growing. So this is your creative aspect. So open up to it and realize how you can be a co-creator of your reality by feeling blessed by all these different stages of our life. So I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time. Bye.